There's been some amazing motorcycles churned out by the world's leading manufacturers since the year 2000. In just over 2 decades, bikes have gone from almost totally analog to rolling computers, and there's been a level of innovation the likes of which has never been experienced before within the industry. Out of this field, there are a few standouts that deserve to be called out. We've cobbled together our picks for the best models since the millennium, only including production machines. The focus is also on those bikes you can ride on the street or dirt road. Hang on, we're going for a ride. 2000 Suzuki GSX 1300R Hayabusa. Okay, we'll admit the Hayabusa actually came out in 1999, but it was exactly the same in 2000, and its impact on modern motorcycle culture cannot be overstated. At a time when the industry put a premium on extreme speed, the Hayabusa was the fastest production motorcycle in the world upon its release, taking the honor from arch-rival Honda and its Super Blackbird. In fact, Hayabusa is the Japanese word for peregrine falcon, a bird that preys on blackbirds, a not-so-subtle jab at Honda. The Hayabusa has been so successful it has only seen 2 model updates since its introduction, the latest of which came in 2020, and indeed remains Suzuki's definitive nod to life in fast lane. 2001 Suzuki GSX R1000. Suzuki took a few lessons learned from its iconic GSX R750 and fitted them into the new big-bore superbike category that was now in full prominence, creating a 145 horsepower powerhouse that promptly displaced Yamaha, then Class King, and its YZF-R1. The GSX-R1000 was instantly competitive, and when it came to AMA Superbike competition, the model won every championship from 2003 until 2010 when Yamaha fought back. The 2001 GSX R1000 marked the first true Suzuki Superbike of the modern era. 2001 Ducati MH900A Evoluzione. In 1998, Ducati design boss Pierre Terblanche unveiled an improbably wild concept bike that paid tribute to Mike Halewood's legendary comeback win at the 1978 Isle of Man TT. The designer presented an online poll to fans asking if the bike should be built. While the Ducatisti unsurprisingly voted in favor of production, worldwide enthusiasts let out a collective gasp when production spec images were released. The road-going version was nearly identical to the breathtaking one-off concept, and 2,000 examples would be produced. The MH900E, an example of which crossed the Bonhams auction block last April for nearly $32,000, shown above, was the first motorcycle to be sold exclusively online, and the first 1,000 of the 2,000 examples produced sold out in 31 minutes. 2001. Honda GL 1800 Goldwing. Honda went back to the drawing board in 2000 for the following year's GL 1800. The bike featured an increase in capacity from 1,520 cubic centimeters to 1,800 cubic centimeters, 1,832 cubic centimeters, plus an emphasis on the sportier side of long-distance touring with improved suspension, brakes, and ergonomics. The result was a motorcycle so good that it would be 17 years before Honda could come up with another fully revised version worthy of the Goldwing name. The model is still the standard by which all touring motorcycles are measured. 2001 Triumph Bonneville. The Triumph Bonneville bears an illustrious history that would make any motorcycle manufacturer jealous. First introduced in 1959, the Bonneville, aka Bonnie, earned notoriety at the hands of cool cats like James Dean and Steve McQueen, earning iconic status for its just-right balance of street style and honest functionality. While production ended in 1988, the renowned model returned in 2001 with an all-new execution of the original. Smartly, Triumph hid modern innovations underneath its classically styled exterior. 2005 Suzuki GSX R1000. This is Suzuki's all-time hit. A World SBK champion with Troy Corser, an AMA champion with Matt Mladen, and a showroom star in sales across the globe. The 2005 GSX R1000 combines light, precise handling with one of the best superbike motors ever made, a 175 horsepower behemoth that put bikes like the Honda CBR 1000RR and Yamaha YZF-R one firmly in the mirrors. The engine and chassis were so good that Suzuki was still using the combination 10 years later when it introduced the GSXS 1000 range, and then a few years after that with the revamped Katana, which the company freely admitted was a 2005 GSX R1000 in disguise. 2006 KTM 950 Adventure, the ultimate iteration of what many consider KTM's greatest adventure bike. The 2006 KTM 950 was the last such machine to come from Mattighofen with carburetors. As such, it became a favorite with global travelers who could fix the bike in the middle of nowhere rather than deal with a finicky fuel injection system. Excellent WP suspension coupled with dual gas tanks meant that massive miles could be covered between stops. The 950 helped solidify KTM's reputation as the motorcycle brand for serious adventure riders rather than those who primarily commute to the cafe. 2006 Ducati Desmosedici GP 16 RR. Ducati's Desmosedici D16RR, RR stands for Racing Replica, was as close as you could buy to a MotoGP bike for the street. Using a 990 cubic centimeter motor modeled on the 2004 Ducati Desmosedici MotoGP racer of Troy Bayliss and Loris Capirossi, Ducati claimed the machine made a rollicking 200 horsepower and 85 foot-pounds of torque from the V4 engine. The bike is graced with the very best Ullin suspension of the period and was the first production motorcycle to use forged magnesium wheels. It's an absolute gem that costs a treasure trove to run and service, but is currently skyrocketing in value as it will surely be coveted long into the future. 2006 Yamaha YZF-R6. The 2006 Yamaha YZF-R6 is to sports bike riders what a Remington Model 7 is to serious hunters. This machine debuted a number of technical firsts for Yamaha, the first ride-by-wire throttle in Yamaha's chip-controlled throttle, YCCT, variable inlet tracks, titanium inlet and exhaust valves, and an ear-splitting 18,000 RPM redline. All of these elements help make the 2006 R6 one of the finest sports bikes of all time. It formed the basis of the R6 line for the rest of the model's life, which finally ended in 2020 when the last YZF-R6s rolled off the production line. 2008 Kawasaki Concourse 14. Taking the design ethos of the Suzuki Hayabusa-killing ZX-14, Kawasaki launched the Concourse 14 in 2008. The model is an elegant and fast long-distance touring machine. Thanks to its ZX-14 derived four-cylinder motor, the bike made 150 horsepower. It also featured variable valve timing, digital tire pressure monitors, an electric windscreen, ABS, and a cockpit that enabled pilots to ride for hour after hour in comfort.
That's a wrap, folks. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.